This video is for training purposes only. It is prohibited from being copied, distributed, or shared. The concepts, statistics, and ideas do not necessarily represent those of World Financial Group and Transamerica Financial Advisors.
Hey guys, this concept I'm about to show you again is from Robert Kiyosaki. It's basically how money flows, and he talks about how money flows from the three types of classes in society, upper class, middle class, and lower class, and how they use money and what they do. But the first thing you're going to need to know is the definition between assets and liabilities. Kiyosaki defines assets as anything that puts money into your pocket. Liabilities, anything that takes money out of your pocket. So those of you that think your house is an asset, if you're not renting it out, it's a liability. Maybe a very nice liability, and it's a necessity type of liability, still, however, a liability, okay? So let's talk about how money flows for most people in this country, okay? So with Kiyosaki, he talks about basically generating money, and where does it go? So let me finish drawing this here. Okay, so the I stands for income. The E stands for expenses. The A stands for assets. And the L stands for liabilities. Now, if you're wealthy, or upper class, middle class, and let's say poverty class, okay? There are three ways that money flows for most people. Let's talk first about poverty class type of thinking and/or poverty class vehicles, jobs, and things of that nature. People who are not making all the money that they want to make, right? This is the way that their money flows in their life. They have a job which creates income, okay? That they get income every month, and then at the end of the month, during the month, they have to pay their bills, right? So they have expenses, just like everybody else. However, usually once they're done paying expenses, there's no money left over at the end of the month. So that money is gone. So now they have to go back to work, and it starts that vicious cycle all over again. And that's what we know as the rat race, right? The rat race. Very difficult for people in a poverty class or poverty type vehicle to change that rat race. Very difficult, okay? Now, the middle class, they have a few other things that are different than the poverty class. They have jobs which create income, and they use that income to pay expenses. We know that they have expenses just like everybody else. And then now they've got some money left over. So what do they do with that leftover money? Well, they buy some things. They increase their liabilities. They get a boat. They get an RV. They get big screen TVs, movie rooms. They get a bigger house, right? They do all the things that increase their liabilities. And so now they have this money, but guess what? At the end of the month, there's no money left over, so it's gone. And they are stuck back in the rat race. The unique thing here is they have the ability, if they wish, to get out of the rat race. However, they're not using the money appropriately to get out of the rat race. They're spending everything that they make. Too much a month at the end of the money. You've all heard that before? Great. So here we go. Wealthy people. When I first saw this, I thought, okay, their arrow's got to have something to do with the asset column. But I thought it started at income. I mean, everybody's got to make income, right? Here is the big difference. I thought, okay, income. No, they don't have jobs. I realized that. Donald Trump doesn't have a job, right? They don't work for somebody else. They own assets. So their arrow starts here in the asset column. They have assets that generate income, right? They have expenses just like everybody else. And they have liabilities just like everybody else, right? However, they don't use all of their money. They're a pay yourself first type of person. Right? And so whatever's left over, before they do all those things, they take a chunk of that money and they put it back in the asset column to grow the asset column. That's where they continue to invest, continue to do other things with their businesses, and they grow it. So what happens is this asset column gets bigger and bigger and bigger, right? And they keep generating more and more income, and they can have greater expenses and greater liabilities. That's the way their money flows. Wouldn't it be nice if you were able to generate some assets or build some assets that would generate income? That's what I'm talking about here in World Financial Group and Transamerica, is building a business that will generate you income while you're not there, while you're sleeping, while you're on vacation, and that also generates for you a lifestyle. And that's ultimately what you want. The real dream of this company is to get your life back, to get what you want more of, which for most people is free time and away from the pressures of money. So guys, use this concept, put it to work for you. This is a great opportunity for not only you to put this in action in your life, but for you to teach some of your other prospects, recruits, and clients. All right guys, take it out there and make some good things happen with it.